is Brandon Gordon from the Customer Relationship Management team, and today I will be talking about three things mainly. So I got my typical beating the sales accelerator drum, as well as I'm going to talk about omni-channel and then also some of the updated portal licensing. So real quick, what I wanted to do is when it comes to the sales accelerator and specifically with sequences, is that this is probably one of the most underutilized features and implementations that I see and kind of talking to customers and prospective customers, in that it's a feature that they are paying for now that it is included in the sales enterprise license, where you get a certain number of sequences each user can do. And I just wanted to kind of showcase kind of what this looks like. I think I had some screenshots last time as far as how you set it up and what does that look like. But when you're actually interacting with it, this is this little area where I have the two red bars on the top and bottom, where it essentially acts as a playbook, but it's embedded in the lead record. And so I can see there directly, right above the timeline, that it gives me some steps. I need to call the customer, I need to send a follow-up email, follow up with the customer, send a summary email. So it lays out all the steps that I need to do and or complete to be successful in this lead or sales engagement. So, and that can all be defined depending on what your process is, but this is kind of how it is realized from the end user's perspective on the form. So I think that this feature is really cool. Again, I think it's highly underutilized, and most people are already paying for it because they have a sales enterprise license for their end users as well. So I just kind of wanted to do a call out for this. If you need any help as far as how do you utilize this feature, how do you get the most out of it, please reach out to us and or just go play with it. So next up, I have a video before we play it. So it's related to the omnichannel chat. So some things that I wanted to call out, especially with omnichannels, like omnichannel capabilities and multi-channels related to email, SMS, chat bots, even kind of social media direct messages on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. This is kind of this is the future, right? This is where you are, as you are doing business, you're fielding questions from a number of different sources, and all of which are targeting a different type of audience. And you can funnel all that to your customer service agents. So I think that I think that's really cool. As far as how you can use omnichannel, so what I'm going to be showcasing is specifically the website chat add-on. So I'll go ahead and play the video, and then I'll kind of talk through some of these elements here. So first of all, you can see that I'm in my environment. I got this little chat widget in the bottom right corner. So this can be embedded on your website or portal, and you can have it hooked up to a Power Virtual Agent bot. So for example, I'm typing a message right now, but you can see that I didn't even finish typing it before the Power Virtual Agent bot started giving me suggestions. So you can have it configured to where the Power Virtual Agent bot is giving you not only messages, kind of like, hey, how are you, so on and so forth, but it can also give you some suggestions as far as, hey, I can just click buttons. I can have an entire conversation with the Power Virtual Agent bot and not need to type a single thing to have that conversation and get my questions answered, so on and so forth, depending on how you have that virtual agent bot set up. So that's really powerful. And then, as you can see, is that I can kind of click through some different elements related to different products to get different types of information returned back to me. And after each segue, I can be, I'll be asked like, hey, did this answer my question, yes or no? And, kind of depending on what I select there, it'll put me back and reset the Power Virtual Agent bot. So at any point, I can also have this reach out to an actual customer service rep and agent, and it will transfer me. And I'm about to change my tab so I can show you what that interface looks like. So here I get my prompt. You'll see in the top right corner my little green bubble. That means that I am available. I can take on incoming messages. So that's why I get that prompt. If I was already busy in a chat, phone call, whatever, with based on whatever my availability is, I might not get that message, and if none of the reps were available, it would put it into the queue. So you can see here on the left, with this interface, it's a lot more like a traditional call center. I get some information pop up related to the record, the conversation. So it's pulling contact information. I can see recent cases if I had any. I can also create a case if I choose to do so. I see my timeline. And then also on the left, I have the conversation. So I can there respond back to my customer or prospective customer, and I can have a conversation with them, and it is synchronized real time. So that's really powerful. So a couple other things while I'm kind of talking to myself there is you can have it to where you can set it up with pre and post conversation surveys, right? So if you are doing unauthenticated users that are responding and kind of having conversations on your website, which is pretty typical, you can ask them preliminary questions like, for example, hey, what is your account number? And you could capture that account number details. Even though they're not authenticated, you might not know who they are. The agent will be able to look up that account number before they even engage and have more information ready for them to rock and roll. So it can be extended. This is a really simple version, and obviously everything that I've shown is it comes out of the box in the trial of customer service and omnichannel. So if you would like to play with any of this, you can go download the trial and kind of give it a whirl. And then if you have any issues, please reach out to us. But there's a lot of powerful things that you can do just with the chat, and it is as easy as embedding a script on a website to enable this, and then making sure that your end user is set up to receive presence as well as availability, so on and so forth. Some other kind of quick call outs related to the chat that I wanted to mention is that you can have it to where you can accept downloads from the end user. You can do screen shares. You can do video calls. So there's kind of a lot of really cool things that you can do with the chat that you can completely configure and make it all your own. So, and then the last call out I'll do is that in most situations, the customer service reps are not just fielding cases, right? They may or may not be creating cases depending on the conversation, but that can be extended to where you can surface orders in this screen as well, right? So they might need to be able to create an order, transfer it to a sales rep, or just be able to fulfill that order right there. So they can have that capability, even though it's not on the not on the default form. That is completely in the wheelhouse and part of the wonderful nature of omnichannel. So next up, this slide is a lot less exciting. Omnichannel's fun. This slide's more related to licensing. For those that have looked at the Power Apps portal within the last couple of years, and as you've probably done any kind of calculations as far as, is it a good fit? The Power Apps portal was pretty tough unless your use case was very, very, very low volume, because it just got really expensive really quick, especially how you could have an end user be charged a login fee every day of the month. So like it was, in a lot of respects, it was cost prohibitive. But the good news is that they have completely revamped the portal licensing structure. So it's not per day, it's user per month. So I kind of wanted to do that call out. I put a link as far as into the pricing in here. So please, if you have been looking at a portal in the last little while, or that you ruled it out previously, now might be a really good time to kind of reevaluate your portal needs and requirements and how it fits into your landscape of achieving business objectives. So that's kind of the last call I wanted to do, because I think that is a pretty big change, and that's dynamics.